Alright, we're going to be talking about one of the powers that I learned in the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And it's something that we tend to do but don't really put a lot of attention into, which is ignoring the things that we cannot change, the things that we have no control over. I mean, in the book, it's a bit more manipulative, like not giving people attention who are below you, this and that, but I want to make it a bit more practical to young, ambitious people like us. How can we use this law? How can we use this power move in order to lead a life that will bring us closer to our goals and give us a peace of mind? And that is by understanding the fact that we cannot control every variable in our life. And in our life, meaning in our business, in our gym progress, in our relationships with our parents or the women we love, in our school life, in our work life, with our friendships, we cannot control everything. Matter of fact, we can't control anything besides what we think, what we do, what we desire, and most of the part how we feel. But it's certain that you can 100% control what you desire, what you act, and what you say. So when you can control these three things, the rest, whether you get sick, your reputation, the money you will get, the physique, these are all external things that you have no control over. And as the law states, it is better to ignore these things and focus solely, and I'm adding this to it, the things we can do about it, what we say about our progress, how we act on our goals, how we think about ourselves and the people around us. Because a lot of the times we feel like we need to get obsessed over our goals. We need to be obsessed of working. We need to be obsessed of hitting the gym and getting the girl and all the things that you want to have as an ambitious person, whatever endeavor you like. But the truth is, it is far better, and this ties itself to the law of detachment. It is far better to ignore the things that you don't have full control over and only focus on the things that will help you get there where you do have 100% control over. Do you want to get the body? Well, maybe it's smarter to stop tracking your weight every day, but instead start tracking what you eat precisely, every macro, every micro, everything you need to count for the day. Instead of checking your bank account or your Shopify statistics every day, because quite frankly, you don't have control over the people who see your ad or your post. You cannot go to their house and make them fucking buy it. You have limited or no control over it. You can have the best ad ever, and still the algorithm can maybe fuck you up. So what you can do is wake up the next day and think to yourself that maybe it's not today but tomorrow, and then act in a way that improves the percentage of likelihood that you will succeed. So instead of focusing on things that are out of our control, meaning instead of focusing on the outcomes of our work, of our thoughts, of our actions, of our words, we are solely focusing on the journey, the things we have to do that we have control over to get there. And this ties a lot to one of my videos where I said, detach yourself from the work, focus on the journey because the journey matters more. And this is a lot more practical because when we focus on the things we want to get, let's take the example of a business. You want to make 5K a month through a e-commerce store. It might be dropshipping. And you wake up every single day, you put a couple of hours in, but your mind is still in the outcome. You can't ignore the fact that you still haven't made 5K or even close to it yet, and you started for a year now. Well, what will happen? Your work will suffer. The couple of hours you should be putting in order to get closer to the outcome. And the hours you put in are in your control because you choose to be focused. You choose to say, okay, I'm gonna get a black coffee, I'm gonna put my headphones on, I'm gonna put my phone in, do not disturb, and I'm gonna fucking lock in. You choose to not do that or you choose to do that. But when you focus on the outcome that you haven't gotten yet, and you can't ignore the fact that you want to get it so bad, you are distracted, and the work you do, what is in your control, just suffers from it. So in that instance, it's really easy. I'm not making any money and I feel shit about it. But what if we completely ignored the outcome and we completely took the result from the equation of hard work times focus equals outcome? We completely took the outcome out. The only thing left is hard work in your control, focus in your control. So which one will give you more fulfillment, more satisfaction, more clarity of mind? Knowing that you did things in your control, or focusing on the outcomes that were not in your control, you didn't get anyway? Because trust me, in my life I've seen that you cannot control some variables. Like I told you in the beginning. I mean, an example of mine is I had a fucking teacher who just didn't want me to pass. Whatever I did every single week, he hated it. Like absolutely fucking smashed me to the ground. And then I realized, okay, maybe my work is not good enough. Maybe what he's saying is out of my control, but the work I'm putting is in my control. So a couple of weeks before the deadline, I told myself to promise, if you fail, at least know that you put in the hard work and you were focused. So at least you did the things in your control, and when the outcome comes and you failed, you know that it wasn't in your control and you can live with the results. But if I had just focused on the outcome of, he doesn't like me, I'm not even gonna put the effort in anymore, it doesn't matter anyway, he's gonna fail me. What was gonna happen then? I was gonna put all the power in his hands and none in my control. Now, luckily, with a lot of determination, hard work and effort, and ignoring the fucker's bad attitude completely, I managed to pass. So I managed to get my desired outcome, and I can give you a lot more examples in my life where this has happened. So if you trust me a little bit, take my word for this and try this out. The next time you feel like you want to get a desired outcome, focus solely on what is in your control. Does it require you thinking? Focus on having good thoughts and positive thoughts and thoughts that actually enrich your life and your decision making in the things you want to get good at. The actions are the same, what you say the same, what you desire the same. We feel like the desires we have are not ours because they are not. So control your desires, get to the root of it, and find your actual real desires. And then completely ignore the outcome, the result, which is not in our control. Thank you for watching, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.